Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a couple of couch potatoes in love that love reacting to some Castlevania.
Yes, we do.
So this is it. Season 2, Episode 8. Season finale for Season 2. If you want all of our reactions to this series, check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there for you. And you can get early ad-free access because we're obviously going to continue with the series. On Patreon, we're about a month ahead. You can also get our full reactions there as well.
Yep.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
We really messed up the old house, didn't we?
So much like the engines and things we saw under Greshit.
Alucard must have learned it all at his daddy's. It's incredible, really.
It's the true science. My people didn't quite hold on to the truth of them.
You melted it.
It must have been straining against the spell.
Evil birds, kill them. They're going to go tell on you. Whisper secrets.
What do you think he's going to do now?
I was going back to Greshit. Go back to sleep.
But
If I leave the all his work is inside it. His libraries, his material. What happens to all that if the structure is abandoned? I can't just leave it here.
Yeah, I don't accept it.
we can't move this thing. Cypher broke it,
I did not. I did not break things.
so we agreed she broke it.
Oh, yes.
Right here. Forever. Right on top of the Belmont Hold, which is now also open to the world. Up here, down there, the collected knowledge of your mother's people. As above, so below. With halves of you, Alucard.
I'm listening.
Behold, you sulky half-vampire bastard. I bequeath you the Belmont Hold. Make that and the castle your home, not your grave.
You're giving me your home.
It's yours. My childhood home and your childhood home. Protect it. Make something out of it.
Well done, Belmont. And that's how it ends. That's Season 2. Oh, yeah. Isaac.
Keep moving. I'm not in the mood.
You should have listened.
It's Thursday, whatever it is. Like the entire pool.
There's enough water for all.
Oh, I don't care about all. I only care about us.
That's clear.
Plenty for you after I'm gone.
Well, perhaps we want it all.
You probably do. Your kind always does.
Oh, you're sick.
Is that really the best you have? Best response to finding a lone stranger drinking at an oasis. Call him it, and immediately draw plans to sell him or eat him.
You don't matter. And I'll do it.
Let me just like how big he looks in that shadow.
Only I and my friends here matter. You,
Okay, Isaac.
I'm not human.
Take care of him.
I simply don't care.
Me neither.
Oh! Oh! Oh, Jesus Christ. He got it the worst. He got it the worst. Stick me with that thing. Do not use the belt on me. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely got the worst, at least so far.
But yeah, I still want to fight you. At least you're attacking them two at once. Stabby stab. Oh, and sliced and diced. Hit him with the whip one more time. Studded belt. Nope. That was merciful.
Yeah, of course, he did have the skin ripped off his arm first. Honestly, of all of them, the guy who was the biggest dick probably got the easiest.
Yeah. The lesson there is it's better to be the dick than to ride with the dick.
Sure. Which one do you think he's eating?
Probably the one that was talking shit about him. Started the whole thing. Or maybe not. He's already rotten. You don't want to eat him.
I simply don't have time to deal with shit like you every time I want to sit and take a drink. I could have an army of my own. I might like an army.
Resurrect him and make him serve you.
Ooh. So the army begins.
Shall we find some more people to add to our merry band?
You'll travel with them, surely. Go back to your old life.
I don't know. Since I met you, I've come back from a living death. I've fought demons in the city square at Greshit. I've stopped a raiding force from reaching Argesh that uses magic engines to move from place to place.
How on earth did you come to that decision?
When I met you, you reeked of piss, blood, and stale beer. You killed a monster largely by accident.
Hey, that took serious skills.
Alcohol before storming off like a toddler with a thistle up his back. Grown. Today might be the first time I felt like I was talking to an adult man. You're better than you were when I met you. Do you know why I think that is? It's because you're doing what you were born for. As insane as it sounds, this entire nightmare scenario has made you complete. I think you should see it through. If you didn't talk much, people would think you were my deformed pet bear and throw you free food. Yes, Trevor? Listen to what I'm really saying, Trevor. I'm saying I want you to be with me. And I want you to have adventures with me.
This is the closest thing I've had to a life in... I don't know when.
After we find my people, I think we should see Brayla.
Well, that's a contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Down yet?
Not quite.
Oh, for God's sake. Where are the townspeople?
They're not coming close to us. They spent the day recovering things from the ruins. They started returning to the furthest houses a little while ago.
Do they know we're here?
Certainly. The way the castle moved and then vanished. I've been thinking about it all day. I still don't understand.
What is there to understand? A spell captured the castle, attempted to fight the capture, and so it thrashed around like a rat in a cage.
Because you can't fight Sypha.
Do you think Dracula lives?
No. We have viewed the castle with mirrors.
But you can't be sure.
I can. Dracula is dead, Hector. Does that trouble you?
Of course it does.
Poor Hector. Stand up for me.
My pet.
Hector, you look like shit. We'll look after you.
Camilla, what are you doing?
I must return to Styria. With my forces decimated, the humans of this region weakened, and a void in the power structure of the vampire world. I intend to take advantage of that. But I need my strength returned. I need a horde as Dracula had. And you are a forge master. You will create the horde for me.
Go to hell.
You have no choice, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't they obey him? Even if he makes them. There's not saying that they'll do exactly what she wants at all times. Because isn't their first loyalty to the Forge Master?
I don't think so.
So, enslaving him instead of making him an ally is really stupid.
Oh. Dissy she is.
Good pet.
Foolish woman. This was stupid. A really stupid misstep on her part. You were doing fine manipulating him. You didn't need to do this.
Fear or love, we know how she rolls.
Nope. But she just became far less interesting.
Yeah.
Be well, my friend.
You too. Don't let that idiot get you into too much trouble.
Never. Well, maybe just enough trouble.
Just enough.
Beautiful.
Belnades and Belmont. That sounds quite good, doesn't it?
Not bad.
Belnades and Belmont. Of course not. You're the one driving the horse.
Is this what I've got to look forward to in life?
Yes. Forever.
Aww. Big old castle all to yourself.
How lonely that would be.
Mm-hmm.
Is this real or is he just
Memory?
seeing? Yeah, memory. Gotta be, right?
I think so.
Okay, there we go.
Before my mother first arrived at your door,
Yep, the chair makes you slouch.
Okay to break down a la carte.
Yeah.
I'd be more worried about you if you didn't have this reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, what a way to end it.
They ended on super happy fun times.
Yeah, I mean, damn. That was not where I wanted it to end. It was fitting in a lot of ways, but not where I wanted it to end, because you
wanted it to end with the Sypha and Belmont, riding off and, the adventures they're going to have and the shenanigans they're going to get into and the love that may brew.
Yeah. I mean, you don't wish that on Alucard.
Mm-hmm.
And he is part of a trio, and I love how he flicked off Belmont as his goodbye. I want more of that. And this is an emotional journey he has to go on, and he has to deal with the fallout of, actually doing murder of his father for the right reasons or the wrong reasons, and for the good or the ill of the world, doesn't matter. It still was his father, and to be in that home feeling those memories that are there, to not break down would be concerning, I think, in a lot of ways. But it's not where I want his story to end. So I'm glad there's more seasons, but I'm also glad that I don't have to wait to get into the next season, because that would be really unsatisfying to have to wait for a time, having left Alucard that way and just feeling really shit about where we left him.
Yeah. And they set the villains for the coming season. Isaac and Camilla. Who do you think is a more formidable villain between the two? Isaac or Camilla?
Isaac.
Yeah.
I think he's smarter. I think he's more calculating. And when he is brutal, it is measured and extraordinarily effective.
Somehow I think he's even more ruthless.
Yeah, I do too. I think with Camilla, I can see from her perspective, the perspective of hers that they've established in terms of seeing people as pets, as these lesser things. From that perspective, I can see why she felt safe in this moment, beating down on Hector and sort of enslaving him to be her forge master and submit to her will, because she sees him as lesser and she sees him as weaker and she sees him as this thing that she can control.
Yeah, but people that beat their pets are the biggest pieces of shit on the planet.
I never said I made her a good person. Don't get me wrong. I'm not on her side for it, but I'm just saying I can see from her perspective why she feels safe doing so in this moment. At the same time, what I very clearly remember Hector saying about Forge Mastery was that he creates the army. He controls the army. She clearly thinks that she can control him and through him control the army. But I don't know, if somebody was beating the crap out of me and I had the ability to control an army, what makes you think I'm going to use that army to do your bidding and not just beat the shit out of you in return? If I have the power to do that, I don't understand why I would bend it to your will. So I don't know. From a narrative point of view, I don't see how this was a smart move on her part. It seems to me like a monumental F up. Maybe she knows something I don't. I mean, she was, up until this moment, being a really smart chess player, it seemed like. So,
I mean, with the bishop, she ordered the bishop to go into the lake. It's not like he had to order it. I mean,
all I'm saying is I think that she thinks that he just turns over control.
Okay.
And that she thinks she can control him to do that. But I think he has to willingly put control in her hands.
Okay.
Because he's the creator. That's all I'm saying is if I were the creator, I just simply wouldn't do that.
Yeah, true.
I think they very well could make Isaac somebody that we cheer for.
Yeah, I could see that.
Cheer for to then cheer against, but Camilla's path is a straight line. She is the villain. She will always be the villain. She will simply become more villainous. Isaac has not had a straight line. He has zigged and zagged. We have been kind of concerned about him as a person who is doing Dracula's bidding and okay with the end of humanity and concerned about him. But then also we've gotten his backstory and we've been oh no, I'd want humanity to die too if I had his past. So they've kept us with him and taken us back and forth with him, which is why I could easily see us cheering for Isaac against Camilla and him being sort of a anti-hero in this season before becoming the ultimate hero, because we know he doesn't exactly love humanity.
So top 3 favorite characters from the first 2 seasons.
Dracula.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Dracula, Sypha, and Belmont. And I feel
so
crappy not having Alucard in the top 3. Like, I know. He's a 4. He's a very honorable mention. But if I have to cut it off at 3, it's got to go to his dad.
But what order is it then? Because like I thought that I'm like pretty sure it's Dracula, Sypha, and Belmont as far as the top 3. But
then
like,
Alucard and Alucard's mom. I feel like they should be mentioned.
I don't know. I put Carmilla over Alucard's mom because I thought that she's just. I mean, you know, because we refer to her as Alucard's mom. We don't really know her.
Rita.
Okay, and 2. I mean, like, yeah, she started the whole thing. You know, her death started the whole thing. But
not just that, but do you know how ballsy it's got to be a single female going to a castle where everyone says going there is certain death?
True.
Because you want knowledge that freaking badly. You are that smart. You want knowledge that badly. You want to help your people that much. They're like, I'm going to walk up to the doors of death.
Yeah.
And see what's inside.
Make a good case for her. Make a good case.
Thank you.
But your top 3 in order, for me, it'd be Sypha, Dracula, Belmont. I debate it. Belmont was 3rd. I mean, I like Belmont. Sypha, her magic's very cool. And she's also got the humor. She puts Belmont in his place. I like that. And Dracula, like, his mopiness brought him down to it too. I mean, and he was sad for a good reason. Don't get me wrong. You know, he was sad for a good reason. But we just didn't see enough badassery from him. I mean, that was obviously in episode 7. We saw a ton of it from him, and it was great seeing that battle. And you're on his side, and just like, you know, the presence when he was looming over Godbrand and everything. And so, you know, for like a villain to like, for not necessarily rooting for a villain, but like to empathize with the villain is always tough to do. So really enjoyed him for that. So yeah, but for me, it'd be Sypha, Dracula, Belmont. What about you?
I'm stunned that you had the exact same order as me, because I really thought it was going to be different. Mine, for many of the same reasons. I had to choose between whether or not Belmont or Sypha would be on top because there is some overlap with those characters. So I couldn't really have them be first and second.
Okay.
Also, I was really Team Dracula.
Yeah.
In the first couple episodes there. And I absolutely loved the revenge story. Like, we're always suckers for a good revenge story. So like, to have that whole sort of like Braveheart moment of like, the woman dies and then the guy goes in there and he fucking cleans house. Like, that was very satisfying. But they didn't make him so entirely one note in terms of being a hero or a villain. You cheered for him, you cheered against him, then you were with, I don't know if I could say you cheered for him in the end with the scene with Alucard, but like, you were with him. You were with Dracula and with Alucard in that moment. Like, you were with them both. You weren't cheering for or against. You were just, they were two people, and you were like, God, this is such a horrible situation to be in. And I'm right here with you both. And I don't want this to happen. So I think to have taken us on that good of a journey, to me, gives Dracula the second spot. The only reason he doesn't get the first is because emotionally, morally, I align with Sypha. Like, let's be honest, she hasn't gone around killing innocent people, so that kind of has to give her a leg up. She's got really cool magic. She brings humor. And I just like her kind of like, especially in the last episode, I was noticing it because I was thinking like, God, I wonder if they ever made this live action. Like, she's got a tomboyishness with like her short hair and her willingness to like dive in. But it's also paired with like an elegance about her and a sex appeal. And I was like, she's the whole package.
Watch The West Wing and
yes,
the daughter
Leo
of
McGarry's daughter.
Leo McGarry's daughter. Yeah. that she is like a dead ringer for her and could easily play her in a live action.
100%.
The hair down to everything. Yeah. And that's like, the elegance and sex appeal and like everything like that. And like, the sense of humor and the strong female character. Like, yeah. So she's good. Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And your top 3 favorite characters, favorite characters from season 2, 1 and 2.
It's off the rails now.
Yeah, well, it's the end, so it's fine. And if you want early ad-free access, you want to see our reactions to season 3, we're going to be a month ahead on Patreon, which there is a link down below in the description of this video. And you can also see our full watch-along reactions as well for that.
Yep.
Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for season 2, episode 8 of Castlevania. But just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.